Hey guys, welcome back to Kevin's Place. Well, today I'm going to be giving a garden tour. It is right around the beginning of April, so everything is starting to come into bloom here. And I haven't really done much since the last video I posted. I kind of stopped doing most of my planting around that time, but now everything is starting to come back and I've had to make some adjustments and also to change a few things around. So I'll show you guys what I've changed. So here, I'll just start with this hydrangea. This hydrangea here is basically, last year when I had this hydrangea, it was chopped all the way to the ground, so it had to completely regrow. And for those of you that know anything about hydrangeas, some of them bloom on old wood, meaning that if you take it all the way to the ground, it's going to come back up and have lots of green leaves, but not really much flowers. So this year, instead of chopping it all the way to the ground, we left the old wood there, and you can see all the blooms or all the leaves coming in. And I think that it's going to be even fuller than it was last year. So I look forward to seeing how that turns out. So on the side here, I think this area turned out really well. I got the Pullman Area here. I just added this one, but the other ones have been here since last year, and they've come in really nicely. You can see that there are these little like light purple or white flowers that they have coming out. So it's an early spring bloomer. Got some daffodils I planted as well to go with the Pullman Area. You can see that the lemony lace is coming back in. It looks really nice. It's really bright foliage. There's another lemony lace right here as well. This looks really good. The loropetalum, this is jazz hands. Loropetalum, looks like it's got some new growth on it. You can see that there's some new variegation coming in, and it's also starting to bloom. This will bloom with bright pink flowers when it does bloom, so really excited to see that. But I think this is one of the parts of the garden I'm most happy with. I do have to remulch everything, but that will not occur until after this bad boy has stopped flowering. This is a huge, I believe, an oak tree, and it's just huge, just takes up a lot of space, and there's going to be a lot of helicopters coming down. So we're going to wait to do all that until after they fall. You can see the cryptomeria here is doing well. I'm excited about that. Here I've got some heucheras and some brunera that have come back. These are evergreen plants, so the heucheras are evergreen, and these really came back nice and flush this year. I'm really excited for those. The brunera here has also come back even fuller than last year, and these are things that you can use in place of hostas if you don't want to use hostas, and I think that looks really good. Of course, I'm going to have to remulch all this. You can see the fabric is just kind of torn up, and the reason it looks so torn up is because I have a bunch of voodoo lilies in here that are under that landscaping fabric, and when they try to come up, they just take over. So more on that later. Got some more brunera, heucheras. Got some peonies coming in right here. Those will be tall before long. Got another hydrangea. The camellia, I believe, is finished blooming. You can see all the petals on the ground here, but looks good. I got some new growth on top here. You can see where I cut it. We had cut it like maybe 2 years ago now, but now I got all this new growth coming up. Just got some potted azaleas back here just to add some color. Nothing else is really coming in. I do have some hostas coming up back here. But so far, everything's coming together on this side. Gonna make a lot of changes, I believe, to the back part of this, but for the front, I believe I'm happy with it. On the front here, I added some more daffodils. Also got some pansies. Only one of them is blooming right now, but there's pansies in between the daffodils. Looks like the blue fescue grass is coming back nice. I didn't rake it out, so there's some of that old foliage in there, so I'll get that out later. I did replace the Jazz Hens lower pedalums right here. I replaced them with Encore Azaleas. This specific type is called Sunset, Autumn Sunset. And you can see that little flower in there. Looks really pretty. It's like an orangey red. So I planted 2 of those here, and they'll get to be about 3 feet, I believe. So that'll fill in that space nicely. Some daisies I just picked up at Lowe's. I need to deadhead them. On this side, this is where I'm doing a lot of renovations. So there was 2 crepe myrtles here, and one of them did not make it through the winter. So I pulled it up and planted some azaleas here instead. These azaleas are, this one's called Autumn Twist. I've got 2 of those in the back. You can see them against the wall. And then I've got Autumn Bonfire, which is that one and this one. It's this nice kind of like red color. Very pretty. And there too. And on this side, I am trying to decide if I want to put these here or not. These specific ones are called Embers, Autumn Embers. This is also an Encore Azalea. It's around the same color as the ones out front. But the good thing about these azaleas is that they can bloom up to 3 times a year. And when winter time was over, it was very drab over here. There was hardly any color, so I wanted to change that. So I added them in, and I think I'm gonna be really happy with that once it's complete. Okay, we'll just go through the gate here. Oh, there's Bentley. Hey, Bentley. Hey, Scylla. This was the moon garden last year. And so for this area, I've decided that I'm going to do something different this year. I'm not really sure what yet. I may do another moon garden, just in a different fashion, or I may do a completely different type of garden. But it's really a blank slate right now, and I want to use this opportunity to really think about what I want to do before planting anything. Hey, Scylla. So this is an evergreen. This is a daisy called Becky, Shasta daisy called Becky. I like the name of that plant, so I had to have one, and here it is flourishing in the corner of my garden. And this is phlox. This is garden phlox. This is a white flowering garden phlox. It's just starting to come back. I've got some pansies up here in the window box, and I'm going to be planting some of these petunias behind them as well for some extra pop. But I think that will look good once everything gets going. I'm going to be growing some things this year as well. I've got some romaine lettuce and some peppers and broccoli and some other things. Here's another azalea. Just probably going to pot this one up. This one's called Autumn Carnation. You see, it's just a nice pink color. And we've got another cryptomeria because sadly my other one did not make it through the winter time. But sometimes that's to be expected. You're going to lose plants. So I had to get another one. We're going to try again, and I'm going to plant this one probably somewhere. I'm not sure yet. So the orange rocket barberry is doing really good. I think I'm also going to switch that out with a different plant this year. I'm not sure. We'll see. The azalea, this azalea here, or this is a rhododendron. I can never say that. We chopped it back. So for this one, we chopped it back, and it looks a lot better now. It's no longer sloping into the yard. And the dogs are a lot happier, I think, too, because now they can stop peeing on my tree here, and I can stop yelling at them about it. Right, Bentley? Anyway, well, that is the tour of the garden space. This is the beginning of April. We'll see what kind of changes come through the coming months.
you.